Right now at 11, domestic terrorism. That is what the U.S. Attorney General is calling this. Tesla cars and trucks set on fire at two different locations. Tonight, questions are swirling. Who's behind the attacks, and is it related to Elon Musk's role in the Trump administration?
It appears to be the latest in a string of vandalism targeting Tesla, including a case in San Jose. That has the police chief and the mayor's attention. We begin tonight with NBC Bay Area's Jocelyn Moran.
And just a video of what appears to be a man keying a Tesla was captured in the parking lot of the Costco in South San Jose. It was posted to social media a few days ago, but it was reported to police Monday morning. Hours later, by mid-afternoon, San Jose police had arrested the suspect and taken him into custody. It's one of several recent vandalisms to Teslas and a warning tonight from the U.S. Attorney General.
One after another, they went up in flames. Tonight, investigators are calling this a targeted attack on a Tesla repair center in Las Vegas. This video showing cars on fire early this morning. Police say 5 were set on fire or damaged, and the word resist was spray painted on the front of the business.
We believe the suspect approached the business wearing all black clothing, and he used what appear to be Molotov cocktails and a firearm to conduct his attack.
Just hours before in Kansas City, 2 Tesla Cybertrucks set ablaze at a dealership there. The FBI has now stepped in to help local police investigate both incidents and search for the suspects.
To those who might think that something like this is justifiable or potentially even admirable, we want to let you know it's a federal crime. We will come after you.
Investigators say the motives for both attacks are still unknown, but they come as people nationwide protest Tesla CEO Elon Musk and his prominent role in the Trump administration. In San Jose, someone recently vandalized a Tesla parked at a Costco. This video has already been viewed hundreds of thousands of times. It was posted to a Tesla Facebook group 3 days ago and has since been reposted on several platforms, showing the moment a man parks next to that Tesla, gets out wearing a dark jacket with USA on it. He walks back and forth before appearing to key the car. We're blurring his face because he hasn't been charged with anything criminal yet. It happened at the parking lot of the Costco on Center Road. San Jose police arrested the suspect Monday afternoon, the police chief calling it a senseless crime. San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan also weighing in, posting on X, quote, "Keying a car because you don't like the person who designed it is like breaking a clock because you don't like the time it shows. If this crime was politically motivated, our residents can't be held accountable for something Elon Musk is doing 3,000 miles away." The motive for that case of apparent vandalism is unclear, but the owner of this Cybertruck vandalized in Redwood City in January told us what was clear to her is that she was not the target. Tonight, in response to the Las Vegas Tesla fires, Elon Musk called it, quote, terrorism. The Attorney General seems to agree. In a statement tonight, Pam Bondi says, quote, "The swarm of violent attacks on Tesla property is nothing short of domestic terrorism. The Department of Justice has already charged several perpetrators with that in mind, including in cases that involve charges with 5-year mandatory minimum sentences. We will continue investigations that impose severe consequences on those involved in these attacks, including those operating behind the scenes to coordinate and fund these crimes." Jocelyn Moran, NBC Bay Area News.
The Justice Department charging 3 people on suspicion of violently destroying Elon Musk's Tesla properties. That includes a transgender activist named Adam Lansky, who prosecutors say carried an AR-15 while throwing bottle bombs at an Oregon Tesla dealership on January 20th. In Colorado, a man who uses the name Lucy Grace Nelson was charged with malicious destruction of property after Tesla cars were lit on fire at a Loveland dealership. And then you have South Carolina. A man there named Daniel Clark Pounder faces arson and vandalism charges after a Tesla charging station was set on fire. Attorney General Pam Bondi saying this right here. The days of committing crimes without consequences have ended. Let this be a warning. If you join this wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, the Department of Justice will put you behind bars. Now, with dozens of Tesla attacks happening across the country, the FBI is now investigating as possible acts of domestic terrorism, and more unrest could be on the way. Activists who say they are part of this Tesla takedown movement are planning around 500 demonstrations nationwide on a day they're calling a day of action that is set for March 29th.
In San Jose, police arrested a man accused of keying a Tesla. Police posting a screenshot from a viral video of the incident saying personal beliefs and frustrations do not justify illegal actions. We asked Tesla drivers, have they felt targeted?
I drive a 280 up and down to San Francisco, so it's very adventurous, honestly. People cutting me off, people looking at me and stuff.
Some Tesla drivers tell us because of the recent spike in vandalism, they have just activated their camera system.
Multiple investigations underway tonight involving fires at Tesla showrooms all across the country. And that we've got lots of video like this, sadly. But this, along with Tesla stock falling over recent months and even protests against its CEO, Elon Musk, has a lot of people's attention. The targeting of Tesla, according to investigators, is real. And our Aaron Jones tonight is talking to a North Texan who confirms as much for us.
Jeff Nguyen bought his Tesla 3 years ago.
I just bought it because it was an electric car. This one's pretty fun to drive. It has really just nothing to do with politics or anything like that.
He says last Thursday around 11 a.m. he parked his car at DFW Airport to go out of town.
Well, so we parked all the way at the top floor at Terminal A, and then when we came back, the car to the right on this side was gone. So I could just see that a bright white line.
Nguyen says his car's built-in cameras recorded this man keying his car around 4:15 p.m. the day he left. He filed a police report and shared this video on social media. It's gone viral.
It's crazy. Someone sent me a post that like Donald Trump Jr. has retweeted it. It's kind of crazy that just something like this is turned into like a political thing.
Given Tesla CEO Elon Musk's role in the White House, across the country, Tesla cars and dealerships are being targeted.
It's kind of mind-boggling to me that there are people that are so triggered and so disturbed by anything these days that they can go so far just to cause harm to somebody.
The FBI is investigating Tesla vehicles being shot at and set on fire early this morning at a repair facility in Las Vegas. Tesla Cybertrucks were damaged in a fire at a dealership in Kansas City yesterday.
Because they're harming a great American company.
President Donald Trump has said he will label violence against the company as domestic terrorism.
It's just silly that we can get ourselves into a situation where people have differences in politics and decide to just take it out on each other.
Nguyen hoping this man is identified soon and held accountable. In Dallas, Aaron Jones, CBS News, Texas.
San Jose police have
So I talked about this yesterday. I have a video, a pre-record that I did where I talked about the situation with the vandalism of Teslas. And pretty much people are just dismissive of it. Everyone's just like, oh, why are you defending President Elon? Are you mad because Elon Musk is losing money? Are you mad because Elon's stock is down? And all this other nonsense. And I'm just like, guys, it really has nothing to do with Elon Musk. When you destroy your neighbor's Tesla, you're not hurting Elon Musk. Elon Musk has already sold that car. He got his money from the finance company. And now Brenda down the street doesn't have transportation to take her kids to school. And you pat yourself on the back and you feel, I guess, excited or redeemed about that. What people need to understand is that someone who will attack their neighbor or attack their neighbor's property because of a difference in opinion over politics has the capacity, they have the potential to commit election or political violence against a human being who disagrees with them politically. The thing that really makes this stupid is the fact that most of the people whose Teslas are being vandalized, they're probably Democrat supporters because most Republicans are not worried about climate change, saving the environment, driving an EV, purchasing an electric vehicle or cutting down on emissions. I am a conservative person. I'm going to tell you, most conservative people look at this like it's a hoax. We do not believe that climate change is going to destroy the world in the next 10 years, which is what the crazy radical leftists believe. We don't believe that at all, in any way, shape, or form. So when you go and you key someone's Tesla or set someone's Tesla on fire, I just want you to understand, you are not hurting Elon Musk, you are not hurting Donald Trump, and you are not hurting Republicans in any way. Tesla is a publicly traded company. Most of the people who hold stock in Tesla are people who are liberals, right? Yeah, my throat it's not even sore. It's just hoarse. I don't know. I got my tea. I got my water. I'm doing the best I can. But it doesn't hurt at all. So that's a good thing. But most of these people, I would say, are investors who aren't investing based on politics. You have people's 401ks that are attached to Tesla, right? So when you vandalize Tesla, which obviously that does hurt Tesla stock because people fear buying a Tesla because they don't want their car to be vandalized. That does hurt Tesla stock. It drops. And then the people whose 401k is attached to Tesla stock, they lose money. Their retirement plan is affected by it. And I don't know.
Multiple investigations underway tonight involving fire.
Sorry. And I don't know how that is supposed to benefit these people or benefit the people setting the cars on fire. But it's really stupid. It's really stupid. And I feel like it sends our country into a direction that it doesn't need to go in. But the good thing is that now our girl, Pam Bondi, she is now letting everybody know that people will be held accountable for the destruction of not Elon Musk's property, but for the destruction of the property of their fellow Americans. And they will be charged with terrorism, domestic terrorism. That is what should happen. That is what is going to happen. And I agree with Pam Bondi 100%. Because I don't know how we got to this point. I thought everybody was against terrorism, right? The same people who were going after the January 6th protesters, calling them domestic terrorists, calling for them to be arrested, which many of them were. Those same people are now out destroying personal property. Those same people are now out here destroying what people worked hard for. It's like you got people who are struggling. We're in the middle class, right? The 99%. Imagine someone who is in the same financial situation as you attacking you because of what a bunch of wealthy billionaires are doing. Does that make sense? I mean, it seems like every day the Democrat Party becomes more deranged. Every day, the Democrat Party or the people who support the Democrat Party, they just continue to push the envelope. They continue to test the water. And I keep saying, these Democrats, They're not going to come out and condemn this until someone gets killed. Just like they wouldn't come out and condemn the radicalization of the people within their party until Donald Trump was almost killed in Butler, Pennsylvania. And even still, they try to spin it in a way that casts doubt on what actually happened. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand it. Well, I do understand it. When you don't have any facts on your side, when you don't have a leg to stand on, when you can't think of good policies, the only thing you can do is agitate your base into committing acts of violence. So you can tell them, hey, vote for me, and you don't have to worry about this. We're going to win next time. Give us more money. If you give us more money, you don't have to risk jail time. We'll go to Washington and fight for you. I blame Joe Biden. I blame Kamala Harris. I blame Andrea Ocasio-Cortez, Tim Walz, Bernie Sanders, all these people who saw their base being radicalized, but never spoke out against it. It's true what they're saying. I didn't want to accept it at first, but the Democrat Party isn't free fall. When you have to depend on people committing acts of violence just to keep your party relevant, when you've resorted to intimidation in an effort to gain political power, you've totally lost the plot. And you've really forgotten why you were ever given power in the first place. Let me tap into this.
Not just dealerships. The people.
I wanna play this video of my girl Pam Bondi talking about what the hell's gonna happen if you get caught vandalizing Teslas or any car for that matter.
Frankly, it's domestic terrorism. It's disgusting. And what the thing that's really horrifying is how many leaders on the left are celebrating it instead of condemning it.
So the FBI investigating attacks on at least 7 Tesla facilities in the past month. And it's not just dealerships. The people who own the cars are also being threatened. The DOJ is calling the vandals domestic terrorists. And some breaking news that we have for you right now. Attorney General Pam Bondi announcing severe charges against these arsonists. Alicia Acuna has the latest. Hi.
Hi, Taylor. Yes, and we do have a little bit more detailed information from this release from the DOJ and Attorney General Pam Bondi. You know, one of these defendants is out of Oregon, and he was found, according to the DOJ, with an AR-15 rifle. He was arrested after throwing approximately 8 Molotov cocktails at a Tesla dealership. You also have someone who was arrested here in Colorado for arson and also graffiti at a Tesla dealership. That's about an hour north of where I'm sitting. And then again, in South Carolina, another defendant, he wrote profane messages, according to the DOJ again, against President Trump and Tesla, and also attempted to light a charging station on fire with Molotov cocktails. So we will continue to bring you more developments on that and what the DOJ is doing. But also, we want to tell you about a website the DOJ is looking into that is reportedly posting personal information about Tesla vehicle owners, including their addresses and phone numbers. And we're not going to show you that site because it is also encouraging people to vandalize and protest. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt had this to say earlier today on Fox.
He will ensure that the harshest penalties are pursued for those who are engaging in this vicious violence that we have seen.
Okay, so, you know, I feel like I'm living in Bizarro World. I feel like this is a case where it's like somebody screaming, "Stop hitting me," while they're punching you in the face. Okay, so the transgender, they say everyone hates them. Everyone wants to kill them. Everyone wants to commit violent acts against them. I promise you, For the past 5 years, I haven't heard of a single act of violence committed against a person who is transgender, specifically because they are transgender. Am I the only one? Put a 1 in the comments if you have not heard of a single act of violence committed against a transgender person, specifically because they were transgender. So they say everybody wants to hurt them, everybody wants to kill them. But yet, they're the ones throwing Molotov cocktails at Tesla dealerships. They're the ones sticking guns in the faces of preachers on the streets of San Francisco, California. They're the ones trying to fight with women because women physically fight with women because women don't want them in their restrooms. But everyone's trying to hurt them. Everyone's trying to kill them. Everyone's trying to do something to them. Everyone's trying to do something to them. I'm looking at these people and I'm starting to feel like this is some type of sick joke. Wait. We're trying to hurt you, yet we can't find a single reported case of someone doing something violent to a transgender. And we can find tons of cases of the transgenders committing violent acts against us normies, but we're the ones who want to hurt them. We're the ones that they need to be worried about. Then you have all these people saying they're anti-war and they don't want violence and all this type of stuff. But it's like, wait a minute, you guys got AR-15s lighting up Tesla dealerships, shooting up Teslas. My question is, when is it going to go from attacking Tesla vehicles in Tesla offices to attacking Tesla owners? Because they just told you on Fox that now there's a website up that's giving out the personal information of Tesla owners. Boy, that's shocking coming from the party that was supposed to be the party of tolerance. They used to call the Democrat Party the big tent party because everyone was welcomed inside of the tent of the left. Now the party is totally uncovered because it's like, unless you agree with me on every single thing that I think at the moment, I'm willing to commit violent acts against you. And the crazy thing is, what they think and what they believe changes like every 10 seconds. A couple years ago, they loved Elon. Now they hate him. A couple years ago, they were criticizing people for not purchasing Teslas. They loved Elon Musk in California so much that California, Gavin Newsom, signed an executive order that banned in 2030 the sale of new combustion engine vehicles will be banned in California. I don't know if that's going to stand up, but that's how in love they were with Tesla. We got all these Tesla charging stations all over. They have, listen, Compton's a real shithole. They have Tesla charging stations in Compton, bro. That's how much California was in love with Tesla. Now all of a sudden, Tesla's the boogeyman. And I look at my liberal counterparts and I say, how can you live? How can you thrive in an environment like this? How can you grow in an environment where one week we love something, the next week we hate it? And if you loved it when we loved it, and you still love it even though we now hate it, you are the enemy and we're going to attack you. How do you exist in a situation like that? How do you exist in a situation like that? You don't know which way is up, which way is down. You can't even do anything because you don't know what the climate is going to be next week when it comes to these people. So first they worship the corporate billionaires. Then when the billionaire does something they don't like, they don't attack the billionaire. They attack the people who bought the product that the billionaire sells. Well, Walmart supported Trump. Walmart was one of the largest contributors to the Trump campaign. When are you hypocrites going to go attack Walmart? United Airlines, they donated a bunch of money to Trump's campaign. When are you going to go firebomb their airplanes? This is what I'm telling you. These people aren't really trying to go after the people who are hurting them. These people are attacking their neighbors because they're just violent and hateful and jealous. That's what it really is. They're violent, hateful, and they're jealous. They know what they're doing is not going to hurt Elon Musk. That's like saying stealing Amazon packages is somehow going to hurt Jeff Bezos. That shit ain't hurting Jeff Bezos. Hold on, guys. There's one right here that's not working. This one.
Okay, can I show you why?
Show me why?
Yes. So this one here?
Okay.
If you're using like something that takes a lot of thing.
A lot of power.
So what you do is just reset this little thing.
I try resetting it.
You gotta go to the second one.
That one's working. That's okay, it's a magnet.
Where's your electrical panel?
There, I checked that as well. But you do your thing. I'm going to keep doing this. But anyway, yeah. So you're going to start attacking your neighbor because some billionaire is doing something that you don't like. Let me ask you a question. You're burning Teslas, right? Has it stopped Elon Musk from doing anything that he's doing? He's laughing at you right now because all you're doing is driving hard-working, honest people out of your party, out of your community, into the Republican Party, into more affluent communities where they don't have to worry about this kind of crap happening. I will tell you, I think that transgender people, I believe that they have been programmed in a way that has made them like Manchurian candidates for the radical left. These people are basically operatives, dude. Because every time something goes down, they're so quick to do violence. And they hide behind everybody. That one was off. You switched it off and switched it on?
This way and this one, but both have to be at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
So if one is not lined up, it's going to be this one.
Okay. Okay. But it's like they're willing to do violence. And they keep and they hide behind this, oh, I'm transgender, everybody hates me, I'm scared, everybody wants to kill me. Listen, man, I'm telling you like this. Once you start doing acts of violence, I don't care if you're wearing a wig or a dress. You do some shit to me, I'm knocking you out, straight up. Then I'm going to want to hurt you. And I'm not trying to hear, no, I'm a victim. Nah, bro, you looking like a linebacker with a wig on, and I'm going to have to take you out. Take it how you want to. But I just look at people, and like, I'm living in like California. I live in Long Beach, in case anybody wants to come beat me up. Hey, have a good one. Thank you. Right? So here's the thing. You think because someone lives downtown or in a nice apartment, you think they're rich? These people are working hard for what they have. Some people live in these affluent apartments because they don't even do credit checks. I'm going to be real with you. You see these like nice apartments. A lot of people live in these apartments because their credit is so freaked up. They have to find an apartment that's doing like a move-in special. Just bring us the cash and we're going to let you, and you move in. $9,000 moves you in. Some people can't get an apartment unless they got a CPN or something. Some people can't get an apartment unless they do a CPN or something. And they only can do it in these big, nice, high-density housing apartments. They're working hard. They got the Tesla. That might have been the only thing they got of value, right? Who knows why? But they worked for everything they have. And for you to come vandalize their property because you're mad about something that doesn't even pose a threat to you, to me, it's absolutely diabolical. To me, it is absolutely diabolical. And it needs to stop.
Targeted at this American company, Tesla dealerships, Tesla employees, and also innocent Americans who have chosen to drive these vehicles.
So for the last 2 months, and ever since Tesla CEO Elon Musk began working with Doge, law enforcement has been responding to scenes similar to this attack at a Las Vegas Tesla dealership and service center. The FBI is investigating as incidents have spread to multiple Tesla storefronts and charging stations in at least 11 states. Police in nearby Lakewood, Colorado, are looking for the person who cut all the cords at a Tesla charging station. As I mentioned, a handful of arrests have been made around the country, but so far the FBI has not said if they are connected. And look at this. This man has been arrested for keying a woman's Tesla in a San Jose parking lot while she was in Costco. So, Taylor, we've seen a lot of that kind of thing on social media. And in case anyone is wondering, the Tesla vehicles record their surroundings for their owners if they are put into Sentry mode. So if someone out there vandalizes a Tesla, the car itself could likely be gathering information to be used against that person. Taylor.
Good. Get them. Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Okay, so listen, man. If you disagree with someone politically, that's fine. That's totally fine. Don't go destroy their stuff. And I was waiting for Pam Bondi to come out and just let people know, because sometimes you got to remind folks, you will be thrown in jail if you do something. Because honestly, I believe that like the summer before Biden was elected, the summer of love, 2020, when they allowed all those people to commit crimes, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and all these different groups, when they did the whole Occupy Wall Street, Occupy Seattle, all that stuff, I really believe that what the liberals did in these liberal cities, I think they set this precedent where people thought if something happens that I don't like in politics, I'm not going to go to my congressman or woman and pressure them to address it. I'm going to go to the streets and like a child throw a tantrum because I can't have my way. And I think for 4 years, Joe Biden ordered the DOJ not to prosecute people who are doing acts of domestic terrorism. So now people think shit is sweet. People think it's okay. Hey, we just gonna do this. If they do something we don't like, we just gonna go to the streets and start making other people pay for it, right? And now that Trump's back in office, people think they're gonna do that same crap and get away with it, and it ain't happening. You will be in jail. And I would recommend if somebody in the Trump administration sees this, throw their ass in Guantanamo Bay. Put them there with the real terrorists because they want to commit acts of terrorists, but do they want to go sit in Guantanamo Bay getting waterboarded like real terrorists? Let's test their resolve. Let's test their resolve and see if they really about that life. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, they ain't about that life. I'm taking a word from Jasmine Crockett. They ain't about that life. These are the most softest, Charmin extra soft, pillow top soft mofos on the planet. And they only act tough when no one's looking or when they got you outnumbered and at a disadvantage. You feel that strongly about it, take your ass to the White House and do something. They'll never do that. They think that if they scare you, you will stop supporting the political candidate that you support. They want to control the vote, but they don't want to do it the righteous way through negotiation, right? And having conversations and sharing new information with people. They want to intimidate you. They want to do the same thing Big U was doing over on Crenshaw. They want to bully and intimidate you. They want to put fear in you until you say, you know what? I'm so scared of something happening to me or my family. They could have the presidency. They could have the vote. But it's not going to happen. We're not scared of you. And I don't own a Tesla. I own a gun. And if you try to come for me, I will pew you. I will do that. Have you guys, so we're going to the next thing. Have you guys heard about this situation where they're saying that Donald Trump just ended desegregation? Have you guys heard about that? They're saying that Donald Trump just took us back to 1965 and ended desegregation. You know, a few people were sending me emails about this, and obviously I didn't believe it because it was mostly black folks reporting on it. So, you know, I went to Roland Martin,
against the black,
our ever so reliable black media source, to see what he said about it. And it was just as I thought it would be. Just race baiting, fear mongering. You know, the huge. Let's tap in and see what Roland had to say about this. We're going to listen to Roland, and then we're going to find out the truth, because we know he's lying.
How many times have I told y'all that this is one of the most anti-black racist administrations we've ever seen? Check this out here. The federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contractors from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. The segregation clause is one of several identified in a public memo issued by the General Services Administration last month, affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it is making changes prompted by Donald Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion, which repealed an executive order signed by President Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1965 regarding federal contractors and non-discrimination. So there's been a lot of reporting around this. And so the whole goal is to say all these companies that you don't have to abide by these rules that say that you can't discriminate. What do you make of this, Larry? And I keep saying that, you know, probably the most violent racist we've ever had in the White House, and this says a lot, is Woodrow Wilson. This administration wants to defund Black America. It is targeting Black people. They are anti-Black. We can go on and on and on. And this, of course, is just another part of that.
Yeah, this is part of, you know, the very beginning of a long 4 years. And Roland, I was on your show last week, and I said, we've been focusing on like this, we're using the phrase anti-DEI. We should be saying these people are pro-Jim Crow, because, you know, and this is a perfect example. You know, this strong focus on anti-DEI, you're right, it's centered on anti-Blackness. It is focused on dismantling all the progress that was made, you know, and obviously we talked on your show a lot about the Great Society programs, the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, Fair Housing Act, et cetera. It is, and this, you know, when he signed this executive order in the very beginning of his presidency, it was very clear about what he was trying to do here. Obviously, we talk about federal contracts. That's taxpayer money. So we're not moving forward. They're trying to dismantle, once again, all the programs that were created that was for over decades really over centuries in terms of black folks, in terms of being on equal footing or trying to get as close to equal footing. They're dismantling all those programs and using taxpayer dollars to do that. And so when Ellie was on before, we talked about, I mentioned, we have to focus on discord and not decorum. People have to be willing, and I know black people are tired, but they have to be willing when we see things like this to make sure we're heard, not just at town halls, but various other methods we have to use to make sure that these kinds of things are reversed. Because you go back to LBJ in terms of the work he did, like I said.
Man, he's right. Black people are tired. As a black person, I am tired of other black people constantly crying wolf, constantly trying to fearmonger or scare me out of my position. President Trump is going to end segregation, desegregation. They're going to start segregating us against us again. Guys, civil rights and desegregation are codified into law. It was a law that was voted on to make segregation illegal by law. How the hell is Donald Trump with an executive order going to overturn law? They keep trying to tack this on to something that Lyndon B. Johnson did. Has nothing to do with Lyndon B. Johnson. It has everything to do with Joe Biden. I was looking at an article in the Grio. There's one statement that proves that all this is bullcrap. Right here. While segregation is still illegal, this change sends a clear message, said civil rights attorney Ben Crump. Do you see this right here? While segregation is still illegal. So if segregation is still illegal, what the hell are you talking about? They keep trying to use us and scare us into defending stuff that hurts us. They keep trying to use us to defend things, use us to fight for things that ultimately end up in us truly being discriminated against. DEI benefits white women. That's why they always got the job that you want. But they gonna trick you. They gonna pull the double reverse Uno card on you and have you so messed up that you're fighting. They're gonna have you fighting for the very chains and obstacles that hold you back. And I'm tired of it. That's why when he said, I know black folks is tired. You right, bro. We are tired. We're tired of you and people like you who think that we're dumb. And some of us are. I'll give them that. Some of us are. But most of us are not. Why can't you just sit at the table and have a conversation with me man to man? I tell you why I support Trump. You tell me why you support Biden and the Democrats. And then we go item by item. We go item by item. And we hash it out like that. Brandon, why do you support Trump? Because I don't want my daughter having to play volleyball against biological males. Is that okay with you? Well, you should support Biden, but Biden wants my daughter to play volleyball against biological males. You know what they say? You know what they say once you make that statement? They say nothing. You never go to Roland Martin's page. Go to his channel. You will not see one video addressing why in the hell Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want our daughters to be forced to compete with biological males in sports. They just don't talk about it. They keep telling you vote Democrat. But when you ask them to address the issues that bother you and that keep you from voting Democrat, they don't even want to discuss it. Let's deal with that. Let's deal with that. Chris Mo, no, bro. Just deal with the fact segregated facilities are no longer banned in federal contracts. Deal with that first. Okay. So go ahead. We're dealing with it. Let's go in a federal building. Tell me what facility is segregated from you. Please tell me. Please tell me. And this only affects federal, which is government property. Please tell me. Chris, I'm going to give you $50. You got a Cash App, Chris? I'm going to give you $50 if you could tell me how this affects you in a negative way. Please. Please tell me. There goes the StreamYard link. Come up. Tell me how this affects you as a black male in a negative way. You can't. You can't. What Trump is doing is actually progressive. Once you have achieved a certain thing, all those orders and stuff that were on the books addressing that thing, you can get rid of them. Because if you don't get rid of them, people sit back and find ways to manipulate those things to their benefit. Look. F the Cash App, F the link. I love y'all coming up defending nonsensical things. It's like in the Bible. I like bringing up the Bible. There's a scripture. I'm not pulling up no scriptures today, even though I love to do that. There's a scripture that talks about the Mosaic Law. Paul or James, I don't know which one of them said it. But there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about the Mosaic Law, and it talks about how the law was a tutor, right? And it was a tutor, or like it watched over people until faith arrived. And faith was Jesus Christ. They said now that faith has arrived, there is no more need for the law, right? The Mosaic Law served as a tutor or guardian that exposed sin and helped people see their need for God's mercy and salvation by faith. It provided a way to atone for sin and get right with God. The law brought death, but once Christ arrived to bring life, there was no more need for the guardian or tutor of the law. That's the same thing with the segregation stuff. Once you've reached a point in society where people are no longer doing a certain thing, there's no more need for that executive order. Now, the executive orders are being weaponized. They're having the opposite impact. They're having a negative or adverse effect on our society because all types of weirdos is using stuff. They're using things that were meant to deal with anti-black racism and discrimination. And now they're trying to use it and weaponize it to support their crap. That's all this is about. If you can't see that, you're blinder than Ray Charles. Hold on, guys. If you can't see that, You're blinder than Ray Charles. So what Trump is doing is the smartest thing. Let me take this stuff off the books so people won't even think about trying to use it to create violent radical movements like they're doing right now. It's like when somebody who is gay or in the LGBTQ says, oh, I'm being discriminated against. You're a liar. No one can find for me a situation right now in 2025 where gay people are being discriminated against. Nowhere. You can go into the most podunk southern town and gay people live there. We got a great price on a house in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Deep South. But people will come back and they'll see an opportunity where they could get some money out of pretending like they're being discriminated against or pretending they're a marginalized group, and they will weaponize those laws and those orders in a way to have where it has a negative impact on another group and benefits them. Trump is cleaning house. He's cleaning up the books because he saw what we all witnessed and what we all experienced. He saw 4 years of our country hitting the brink of this disaster. Hold on. He saw us reach the brink of disaster. And Trump is dealing with the cause of that. Trump realized what caused us to get to that point. And what was it all about? It was all about a bunch of people pretending to be oppressed, a bunch of people playing the victim card, and a bunch of morons who don't think or do research feeling sorry for them and going out and voting for Joe Biden, going out and voting for Kamala Harris. We almost lost this country because a bunch of woke, radicalized leftists constantly made up lies about threats to the transgender and LGBTQ community that never materialized. Let's be real. What my girl Goddess say. What's even more disgusting is that they tried to tie the struggle with the black experience, 100%. They try to take the stuff we suffered through. We fought to be here. Do you know that there were 183,000 armed black troops who fought in the Civil War? Did you know that? I don't remember whether they did a statistic for who was gay or straight. I don't know if they did a statistic on who was walking around in a white dress when they was in the comfort of their own home. We shed blood to be here. We fought for these things. And every time we let another group of people take what we fought for and use it to impose their preferences on others, we minimize and devalue what we fought for. No, being black is not the same thing as feeling like you're a woman and wanting to wear a wig and walk outside. That's not the same. That's a choice you're making based on your mental illness. This skin right here, this ain't no delusion. This ain't the product of a psychotic episode. This is not an illusion that is the result of psychosis. This is who we are. I was born with this. I didn't choose this. I'd choose it again if I had a choice, but I didn't choose it. We are not the same, and what we went through is nowhere near the same as what you are putting yourself through. Our circumstances were imposed on us. Your circumstances, you made a decision to go through that. It's like my nephew. If this guy decides to put on eyeliner and lipstick, lip gloss and foundation and a woman's shirt and got his belly out and walks outside the door, he made a choice to get teased that day. He made a choice. But when I tell you that my nephew can dye his hair blonde, wear a woman's halter top, eyeliner, foundation, walk around switching, go to school all day, and I'll be like, did anybody tease you? He'd be like, nah, school was cool. And be on the volleyball court doing his thing and nobody say nothing, you cannot convince me that gay people are oppressed. You can't. You cannot. When someone can say, oh, this guy has a crush on me in a room full of people and no one even looks, gay people are not oppressed, bro. It's become normalized at this point. They've succeeded. Shout out to my boy Hakeem for the $5 holler. MLK ended the grip long ago, and they still won't stop. Right. The whole, when he said, I've led my people into a burning house, all this stuff, when MLK said he has a dream to be judged by the content of, not by the color of his skin, the content of his character. These people want to be judged by the color of their skin because it's profitable for them. It's profitable for them. Shout out to my boy again for the $5 holler. We just don't clean house like the other groups. That's why, to Goddess's point, black leaders let others latch on, 100%. We don't draw a clear line to distinguish ourselves from these other radical leftist, mental illness-induced movements. And the funny thing is, once they gain power, they never come back to return the favor for us. I promise you. They never come back to return the favor for us. How many LGBTQIA+ groups gave money to Black Lives Matter? 0. How many racist corporations took part in giving Black Lives Matter $90 million for Patrisse Cullors to steal? Dozens. Every time I look around, the same people you're telling me that I should hate and despise, they seem like the people who are helping us the most. But if I acknowledge that they're helping us, I'm the bad guy. Something's wrong with me. But if you continue to follow and support people who wouldn't give a squirt of piss to put us out if we were on fire, you're making the right decision. We live in the age of the internet. We live in the age of information. We have an unprecedented access to information that our ancestors never could have dreamed of. In 2025, there is no reason to be walking around in ignorance unless you are making a choice to remain ignorant. And if you're making a choice to either remain ignorant or purposely misrepresent information's facts in situations, that's on you. Stop trying to convert people over to your delusion. Please stop doing that. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping you, and it's not going to help them. Guys, now we get to the good part. We get to talk about the nigga shit. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on with Yella Beezy? What's going on with Yella Beezy? Texas rapper Yella Beezy has been arrested in connection with a murder for hire that saw rapper MO3. They scared to come outside. I could hit that note better if my throat wasn't messed up. That's my song too. I gotta be mad at Yella Beezy for killing my guy just because I love that song. In connection with the murder of rapper MO3, Yella Beezy has been arrested and charged. What they're saying is that Yella Beezy hired someone to kill MO3. Ain't that about nothing? They said my boy Yella Beezy hired someone to kill MO3. Now, we know that they have beef. I don't know the details of their stuff. I like the song by Yella Beezy. Oops. I like the song by Yella Beezy. That's on me. That song is good. I like that song. Bro was talented. Bro was talented. But man, when you're making rap beef into real life, it's a problem. Let me play this. I can't play the song, but that's Yella Beezy right there. What is you doing, B? Let's tap in and get the details on this situation. There's not a lot out there about it, but there's enough for us to get some.
We begin with breaking news in Dallas, where rapper Yella Beezy has been arrested and accused of orchestrating the murder of another rapper in 2020.
Rapper MO3 was gunned down on I-35E. Images of a gunman on the freeway were widely shared at the time. NBC5's Allie Spilliards joins us with more on the arrest. What do you know, Allie?
Brian and Brittany, on Tuesday, a grand jury indicted rapper Yella Beezy, otherwise known as Marquise Conway, with capital murder while remuneration in connection to the 2020 shooting death of MO3. Today, Conway was booked into the Dallas County Jail. A grand jury referral says Conway hired a man named Keywan White to kill Melvin Noble, also known as MO3. Noble was killed in a brazen attack on I-35 near Marsalis Avenue on November 11, 2020. Police say Noble stopped on the freeway when a dark-colored vehicle approached him. They say that's when the man in the other vehicle got out of his car with a gun and began walking towards Noble's car. Noble then got out and ran away. Investigators say the armed man chased Noble and fired several shots, hitting him at least once. A second person in a nearby car was also struck but survived. Now, up until now, Keywan White and another man named Devin Brown had been indicted on a murder charge linked to that shooting. While police have said White is the suspected shooter, they said Brown was upset over a relationship. As for Yella Beezy's alleged involvement, police have not given a potential motive.
So, this is crazy, man. George Zimmerman still walking around. The dude who killed Trayvon Martin is still walking around. Dylan Roof is still alive. All these people who do stuff to black folks is still alive. But we got hitters out here who are willing to jump out on the freeway at you to get you. I mean, that was like some black ops shit. I'm just jumping out on the freeway, smoke you, and get on. I mean, bro, when they start naming names, you know it's an open and shut case. Now, another black man's life going down the drain, and they say they're not even given the motive. They're saying they're not even given the motive. We all knew that Yella Beezy has something to do with the death of MO3. But let's be real. Let's be real. We know that the reason why a lot of this stuff is just now being brought up is because Joe Biden wasn't allowing the DOJ to investigate this stuff. To me, all this stuff with MO3, Big U, all this stuff was just on the backlog. Niger N-word, you gotta change your name. I'll bring you up, but you gotta change your name. We're not doing that on here. But anyway, this is all the backlog investigation that the DOJ didn't get around to because they were tasked with the job of prosecuting and harassing Donald Trump for 4 years. Now, 2025 come, all these indictments is dropping. The DOJ and Fonnie Willis, they was out here trying to find ways to prosecute Trump. So they couldn't go after the real criminals. It's just crazy to me. But if you want to live in a community that's safe for your children to grow up in, you know, you're gonna have to get rid of the element that brings that nonsense in. And a lot of us are okay with it because these people bring entertainment value. In some way, they do something that you like. Melanated Goddess, I'm saying something you agree with. They haven't gotten Zimmerman. Yeah, they haven't got Zimmerman, but they want to be tough in the streets. And I think with these people, when you break it all down, for the little good that they did produce, they were doing way more bad. And it's good that they're gone. You have to remove that element from among you. You scared of Elon Musk. Shoot, you need to be scared of Big U and Yella Beezy, because them the ones who most likely to put you in the dirt. But everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Speculation is just that, speculation. If Yella Beezy did have something to do with it, I'm glad that MO3 got justice. But ain't no telling what MO3 was doing. But I heard the story that it was over some female too a long time ago. But if you out here killing dudes over females, you definitely got your wires crossed. If you out here killing dudes, look, I ain't putting the women down. I ain't going to say nothing negative about the females. But bro, there are plenty of fish in the sea. And sis, the same thing. There's plenty of men out here. Mo3 was definitely promoting thug stuff. I mean, the song, they scared to come outside. He wasn't scared to come outside, and he dead. But if this stuff was over some romance, come on, man. To me, that just makes it even more sad. But guys, we're building the channel up. I'm asking everybody to like, share, comment, subscribe, contribute to the stream. Whatever you contribute, I use it to make the channel even better. Our sound, I believe, was great today. We got the background. That's great now. Greatly improved. Microphone is good. Laptop is good. Everything is good. All it is it's up to me to put the work in. You guys can feel free to drop ideas for topics. Right now, the channel is in kind of like a limbo, because in between like our conservative political stuff that actually impacts our everyday lives, keeping you guys well informed, and our like pro-black conscious stuff, which also keeps you well informed. Right now, I think I'm basically finding a new audience, because a lot of the people who watched before, all they want to talk about is Tariq Nasheed. That's out. Then I got the people who are like the super pro-black revolutionaries, but they ain't doing nothing for the black community. So they don't want to watch you unless you just really, what I realized is like most of the people who be like on some pro-black conscious stuff, what they really just want is black celebrity gossip. That's what they really want. And I ain't going to be up here. I'm not going to be up here talking about celebrities all damn day. There are so many channels doing that, but I'm also not trying to just totally abandon my old audience, which that's what everybody's telling me to do. Forget about that old audience. Just do this, do that, you know? But we're going to have to like, our taste is going to have to change. I'm about to be 40. So my mindset is changing, guys. Like, I'm still down to have fun, talk about some topics, hip hop, this rap beef and all that stuff. But now I'm also trying to throw something of a little bit more value out there. And I hope y'all just follow me along on the journey. You know, I'm always, if I could get my damn throat together, my throat been bothering me for like 2 weeks. But I went to the doctor. They ran a bunch of tests. They didn't find nothing. So if I can get my throat together, we going to be even better. But bear with me, y'all, please. But we're just doing what we got to do. You know, we got our monetization back. The little dollar sign is down there on the right. Use it. Utilize it. And I'm dabbling with some different formats, dropping some like pre-records. Go check out my pre-recorded video where I chastise the people who were burning Teslas. Other than that, we're just trying to find our groove. And we will find it. We will find it. And when I do find it, I will not forget the people who supported me through hell and high water. My girl said, you have too great a voice to not be well-rounded in your topics, though. Thank you, goddess. Yeah, I'm trying to get my voice back. Gotta stop smoking Newport 100. Hey, did they make Newports illegal? I thought they were gonna make cigarettes, like menthol cigarettes, illegal. I'm gonna go to the store right now and get a pack of Newport 100s and a bottle of Thunderbird. You know the shit the old dudes drink. But I might be back tonight to talk about the Big U situation, because that's developing. I don't know yet, but man. Oh, so Yella Beezy's a Crip? Then I'm automatically on his side. No, I'm just kidding. I'm getting me some MD 2020, some Mad Dog, and a pack of Newport shorts. That's crazy how they banned menthol cigarettes. You think the menthol was good for you? Man, I gotta go because I gotta clean this house real quick. Sound like you gonna be throwing up. Nah. Oh man. I never drank alcohol, so I'll be messed up for sure. Never touched the stuff. But yeah, so those are our topics for today. As usual, I'll slice them up, post them in short clips. And that's what I'm trying to get into, just really get a good system going. Nicotine boosts testosterone levels. I believe it. I got to start smoking today. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I'm going to have more content coming. Work on getting my voice right. I might take the weekend off. I'm not sure. Just to let my vocal cords rest. Pause. Until the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, take care of each other. Peace.